Remember last week I did a story about a cop accused of raping a 14-year-old girl multiple times that got a plea deal to avoid prison time? Well, there's a story to follow up with that, but we'll read this as well. Yeah. And this cop doesn't even have to register as a sex offender, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. And this is the type of stuff I like to do, the real news. Like I said, former Tennessee Sheriff Deputy accused of raping a 14-year-old girl multiple times over a 20-month period will serve no prison time after striking plea deal with prosecutors last week. And we know who dropped the ball. Yeah, the prosecutor and that judge. Brian Beck, 47, will not have to register as a sex offender, making him the second cop this week to avoid having to do so despite serious sexual assault allegations against him. And we'll get to the other cop in a minute. But let's finish this up. Beck had been a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy since 2004 when he was indicted by a grand jury in 2018 on 2 charges of rape by force or coercion and 2 counts of sexual battery by authority figure. And ladies and gentlemen, he was looking at 95 years in prison for that. The charges also led him losing his job. The victim was a family member, and alleged assault took place when he was off duty. But the plea deal allows him to plead guilty to felony aggravated assault, which is not a sex crime. Shelby County District Attorney General Amy Wyatt, yes, a woman. And the worst kicker, ladies and gentlemen, guess what the judge was? It was a black guy. You know, I did this, and this is a story that Dr. Richie covered, and I have that video. You can check it out. I'll just, I'll scroll down a little bit more. I'm not reading too much yet. You go watch the video about a predator cop gets no jail time for repeating rape of a 14-year-old girl. Yeah. Best trial of the monitoring times, yeah. Was Mayor told him it was eventually was not an issue when she took the case before a grand jury, yeah. 5 years, she needs closure. There are damage, major damage and happiness, father said. Last week, Cleo Beck was actually sentenced to 4 years in prison, but the sentence was suspended. He was also placed on 3-year probation, will not be allowed to carry a gun to work and law enforcement. But here's the thing. He won't be allowed, he doesn't have to register on a sex offender. But this is the story right here. Boom, look at this piece of work, ladies and gentlemen. A real creep, a real sicko. South Florida rapist cop accepts plea deal, will not have to register as a sex offender. Let's click on this right here, shall we? Boom. Okay. The South Florida cop who used his badge to intimidate women and girls into performing sex acts on him over several years pleaded guilty for 3 misdemeanors Friday after accepting a plea deal that would spare him a lifetime in prison. Former Hialeah police officer Jesus Jesse Mancola is now facing a maximum of 3 years in prison. He will be sentenced next month. The 30-year-old man who comes from a family of cops will also not have to register as a sex offender. Here we go again. Not register as a sex offender. That's bullshit. Boom, right there. Nor forfeit his right to carry a gun as you have under the original felony charges, which includes kidnapping. That means he will be able to continue working as a firearms instructor as his family company. Menocal international training, even though he is no longer allowed to work as a police officer, according to Miami Herald. Menocal pleaded guilty to depriving women of the civil rights under the color of law by sexually abusing him. According to the press release issued by the U.S. Department of Justice, he also admitted to sexually assaulting 4 women during Friday's hearing. At the change of plea hearing held today before U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams, Menocal admitted that he kissed a woman and caused her to touch his exposed penis. Ew. Ugh. Had a second woman who was associated with crisis perform oral sex on him, and coerced a third woman who was walking home at night into submitting to oral and vaginal sex. While not directly related to the offenses to which he pleaded guilty, Menocal also admitted to bringing a 4th female into Hialeah Police Department building and order her to remove her shorts and underwear, causing her to expose her buttocks to him. Menocal admitted that he was on duty and in uniform during all of these acts, abusing his official authority. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw and you heard it. But the press release does not mention One of his victims was a 14-year-old girl who he forced to perform oral sex on him, and another was a 17-year-old girl, the fourth female in the above description. The press release also does not mention that one of his alleged victims is a 30-year-old woman named Susie Bedencourt, who had reported him to Internal Affairs on November 2015 for sexually assaulting her, died a mysterious death after claiming he had threatened to kill her if she ever dared report him. Woo! That could come to light, and maybe, just maybe. But some people say, oh yeah, double jeopardy going to play in a factor there. Yeah. Bedencourt died 5 months after filing her complaint when she fell out of a moving car. An incident ruled an accident, but her family believes there is more to the story, and I agree. I think it's a conspiracy. But Bedencourt escaped accountability for years because he was protected by his department, who even gave him a raise after several women have accused him of sexually assaulting him. What does that tell you? Top-splaining and the blue line mentality at its finest. Thin blue line. He was also protected by the Miami-Dade State Attorney Office, as well refused to prosecute him after only interviewing one of his 4 alleged victims. It is not until the FBI arrested him at the Hialeah Police Department on December 2019 that he began facing accountability. Prior to that, he had bragged that he had sex with the female Internal Affairs detective in exchange for protecting him from the rape allegations. Whoa! You can't kill the beast. You can't knock me down, Monaco said, according to the documents obtained by the Miami Herald. I am a beast. Monaco, who is out on bond, will be sentenced in minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a fucking beast. A men's society, a predator who preys on vulnerable and groom on innocent children and women. He preyed on them. Look at that. This man, a beast, a predator, a creep, a real sicko, preyed on 2 teen girls. 2. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, pull your head your asses. Wake the fuck up. There are bad cops out there. And this is what I'm doing. I'm exposing bad cops out there. Pukes like Philemon and Mike Hansen, zombies and doofies. They want to protect fucking creeps like that, even Brump and Dump Cat. Well, with that said, enough said. I'm out of here, Mike Joe. Peace out.